I just found a new tool that's helping me potentially front run where all of the business is going in crypto that may help me make more money in the end. Stick around because I'm about to show this tool to you now. All right, so there's this new tool that I've been looking at, Developer Report, that shows me where a lot of the developer activity is in crypto. And I've actually shown you this, but they just added this part, which is really cool because it gives me like an actual way for me to look and find what countries are really developing what blockchains. And there's one that is overwhelmingly being used throughout the world, and you all need to be paying attention to this. So take a look at this. So this is, if you take a look at EVM stack, this is basically Ethereum virtual machine stack. And this can include various different cryptocurrencies, because what ends up happening is we have this interoperability between multiple different blockchains built on Ethereum technology or on top of the Ethereum blockchain. Overwhelmingly, there is just a massive amount of developers using this EVM stack. And then secondly, overwhelming, we have a whole bunch of developers here on Ethereum. Now, you have to be mindful because it is losing some market share. And you can see here's the full-time devs over 1 year, full-time devs over 2 years. Okay, and it is going down. So this is not showing me like something that makes me feel kind of fuzzy, but they're so far ahead, guys, that I just think, it's going to be hard to dethrone them. And I'm going to show you on that map where things look really, really juicy for us. Now, the second one is Solana. So the Solana virtual machine stacks and Solana. And this is a pretty big deal too, but you have Solana moving up in the rankings. It's still down from 2 years ago because, when Solana went down because of FTX, it lost a lot of its developers, but a lot more have started to come over here. There is a lot of loss until you get down to here to this like move stack. It's a big change here in 2 years. This one really surprised me. ICP here is up 60% in their developer count. Cardano is also up, which is really interesting over the last 2 years, but they only have 189. And then you have things like Sui, which Sui, I've used their blockchain. I like it. It's newer. So they don't have, I guess, this one, or there's been no change over 1 year. Let's see, anything else? There have been some ones like Cielo that have lost a lot of market share, a lot of momentum. Optimism too, which really sucks. Base is up 2.5%, which is good, but this is built on Ethereum, but it's also an optimism layer as well. So let's take a look at this new chart. So this is something that was really interesting to me. Like I wanted to know, okay, where are these developers? Let's start in the United States. Right here, we have 18% of the developer share in the United States. And what are they doing? Ethereum, Solana, Base. That's pretty cool. Look at Mexico. Ethereum, Solana, ICP. Cuba, they don't have much. These are smaller countries. Colombia, Solana, Ethereum, ICP. That's really interesting. Look at Brazil. Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot. Look at Argentina, Ethereum, Solana, Polygon. Now let's go over here to Europe because Europe does have a lot of crypto fanatics over there. Spain, Ethereum, Solana, and Polygon, which is a layer 2 built on Ethereum. Switzerland, Ethereum, ICP, and Polkadot. Let's see, Italy. This is real interesting. For all you Bitcoin maxis, nobody's building on Bitcoin, which is kind of crappy for Bitcoin. But Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin. All right, so let's take a look here. Nigeria, this is a lot. 2.6% of developers here. Solana, Ethereum, Base. All right, Base is another one that a lot of people are using, including in the United States, probably because Base is located in the United States. Let's take a look at places like Turkey, Solana, Ethereum, ICP, which was really interesting. Let's take a look at India, Solana, Ethereum, Base. Huge numbers coming out of India. China, Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot. So if you were to take a look at this, the probably 4 or 5 ones in the main countries, you're looking at Ethereum, Solana overwhelmingly, and it's in that order, overwhelmingly who's developing in these huge countries, right? And then I would say like some second winners would be Base for sure. Base is something that is being connected to Coinbase. It's the second largest exchange in the world behind Binance, but it's being developed like crazy, and there is a lot of people that are investing into Base. Like we've shown Aerodrome and the various different places such as like Aave that you can do borrowing and lending on Base. There's a lot of really big protocols that are being built on Base. The other one is, which was super surprising to me, Polkadot. Polkadot's doing really well, and the reason that they are is probably because of their interoperability. In my opinion, let's see who wins, but they'll probably all be talking to each other very, very soon. And then it'll be like maybe Ethereum is like a whale chain. You have Solana as a little bit more faster in processing. And then you have things like Polkadot, which connects a lot of them together with different chains that do different things with their parachains. But anyways, let me know down below which blockchain do you think is the hottest one right now, and which one do you think you should be investing in? All right, so do me a favor, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, because I'm going to keep bringing you this alpha day after day. I'm bringing you tons of videos, tons of lives, so that you all can be learning this stuff free, gratis, all right, of charge. So do me that favor, and I'm going to keep bringing you all this alpha so you can keep making more money. All right, see you guys on the next one. Cheers.